To play God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, we're going to start with both hands above middle C. So my fifth finger of my left hand will be on the D. Now middle C is right here. I know it's hard to tell on the video, but that's why I was going to play that for you. Middle C is here. I'm going to have my fifth finger, my left hand, on the D above middle C. Because when you look at your staff, you have two treble clefs in your staff, and that would mean that both hands are going to be above middle C, and you're going to read those left-handed notes just like they were right-handed notes. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I want to go over these intervals with you. So we're starting in measure number 5, which is the first measure of the second line. You're going to be doing a D and an A. And you're going to hold that and hold it and hold it and hold it, and then down there where it says loco, we're going to repeat that again until you get to the third measure, which is number 9, 10, 11. You're going to be changing to the B flat and the F. And you're going to hold that until that last measure, and you're going back to the C and the G. And on the second page, first measure, which is measure 13, we're going back to our D and our A. And holding it. It's tied, so you hold it again. Then back to the B flat and the F, and you're going to hold that. And the next one you play, you're going to go down 1/2 step to the A, down another step to the G and the D, back up to the A and the E, back up to the B flat and the F, back to the C and the G. Now in measure 21, you're going to take your left hand and you're going to put your left hand back in the bass clef where it belongs, and you're going to hit this D. So you're not going to be up here on this D anymore. You're going to be down on that D. Because you'll notice in the measure just before, the last measure in the second line, you have your bass clef back. So you're going to put your left hand back in that bass clef. And it is still fifths, but instead of playing it together like you have been, you're breaking it up. You're going to play the D first and then the A. Then the B flat and the F. And these are all fifths. Then the C and the G. And back to the D and the A. And then back to the B flat and the F again. And then back to the C and the G, and back to the D and the A. And so I'm going to go through and I'm going to play the right-handed part for you at the top, because that is just a little pattern. All you're doing is D, A, G, E, F, D, E, C, D, A, G, E, F, D, E, C. And you're going to be playing that all the way through until you get to the main theme, which is in the last measure of the second line, just over the note that is in the right hand, just over that M and P. That is where your main theme is going to begin, and that's where you're starting this part, where your main theme is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play through part of this, and when I have a change, I will stop and show you the change. So here we go. And I'm also going to do it very slow because I want you to be able to kind of halfway see what I'm doing here the best we can on the video. Pedal up and down. left hand. Left hand's going to cross. Okay, and now we're still up here. Cross my second finger over and back to the D. Okay, C and G. Back to the B flat. Now I'm going down a half step. Down a step, back up a step, back a half a step, back to C and G. Now I'm coming down and breaking up my fifths. B flat, C, and together. Now right here we're going back to that little intro thing we did. Then just my fifth. And I'm going to slow down and get louder. Now we're changing keys. We're changing here from the key of F that we had been in, where all your B's are going to be flat. Now we're changing to the key of G, and when we can't change to that key of G, all your F's are going to be sharped. So you're going to have to remember to hit that one, unless it's marked otherwise. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now your fifths are going to be E and B. And you get to do something cool on the end of that last measure. We're going to do that same little pattern that we had done before on the key of F. But this time you're going to sharp your F. You get to go boom, boom. So that's kind of cool. And we're back up. It says a tempo, so you're going to be back up to your tempo from where we slowed down in measure 30. Okay, so let me go into that part. Now right here, your melody is moving to the left hand, so this is the hand that you're going to have to play a little bit louder than your right hand, because you want to bring that melody out. And same. Now a D triad. D triad up here. C triad. C triad here, D triad. Now sharp your D. Okay, and that chord is interesting because starting at measure 41 with your right hand, you're going to be doing a D triad. It's tied, so the only note that you have to change because it's tied in measure 42 or the next measure, where you change this D to a D sharp. So you're changing from here to here. And you're keeping these two down. You don't have to hit those again. So this is all you're doing. Okay, and let me add the left hand into that. Okay, and you're going to you're gonna hit the B, and you're gonna come down an octave to that B. Okay, and now the melody does something a little different than it had been doing. Your melody is actually, they have thrown in some eighth notes to lend that a little bit of interest. So it's going to be starting at measure 42, right where that forte is. We're going with your right hand. That's going to be 4, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then it's just like you've been playing it, and then 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. And it goes back into that theme again. Okay, and so let's look at your fifths that we're doing. Now, again, you're in the key of G, so you're not going to be doing the D and A anymore. Now you're going to be doing the E and the B. And that next one, you get to do that low one. You're going to hit the B flat first and down to the low E. I think, yeah, you can see I'm hitting that low E. So you're going to go B, E on that part. And now your melody comes in. Okay, so you're going to be playing your melody there. Now let's look at the chord pattern. I'm starting on the top of page 4, or at measure number 35. Okay, because you can see the little measure numbers. I'm going to show you how you know that. Right here at the top of the page, you see that 33? I'm going to start in measure 35, so that's 33, 34, 35 right there. Okay? And we're going to look at that triad. You have an E minor triad. And all you have to do, you're playing the E minor triad. Now you're going to jump up to the next E minor triad. So you're doing it from here and back to here. Now in the next part, in measure 37, in the next line, you're going to be doing a D major triad, so don't forget to sharp your F. So we're going to do that, and then you're going to jump up, but instead of playing it solid and holding it, you're going to add those eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and I'll do that again. Let me do it down here. I think you can see it just a little better. And 2 and, okay, so I'm down here, and go and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you can see what I did. Now the next one is a C major triad, and you're just going to jump it up an octave. And then here is where you have your D major triad. Again, do not forget to sharp your F. And you're going to sharp your D in the next measure. So you're going to hold 2, 3, 4, D sharp, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we're going to go on and look at your next, on measure 43, we're going to look at your next fifths with your left hand. So now you have A and E, then you have B and F sharp. So it's not this time, it's this. Okay? Then you have C and G. In measure 46, you have D and A. 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to move over to E and B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to D. 2, 3, 4. Down to C. 2, 3, 4. Back up to D. 2, 3, 4. And now you're going to hit E and B together. let me play the part for you where you're coming in to your, where you've done your key change. Okay, let me start that again. Now here comes my main theme with my left hand. F sharp and B. Then break it again, break the fifth again, break the fifth again, break the fifth again, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, here is where we start. I'm going to move this over so I can see it a little better. Here is where we start our arpeggio. And remember, an arpeggio is just your broken chords. You're going up. So you're breaking these fifths. You're going to do a C, G, E, B, C, G, E, B. Okay? So let me show you that again. C, G, B, C, G, E, B, C, G, E, B, G. Okay? And then back to this theme again. Or not the theme, but back to the intro thing again. And with D and G with my left hand. I'm sorry, D and A with my left hand. This is just D and A all the way up. D, A, and F sharp. Okay, and then we're going back to the E here. E, B, E, B, E, B, E, B. Okay, so let me go back and do that again. That little intro thing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and change to C and G and E, B, A, and now you're going to do A, F sharp, G, E, F sharp, D, E, C, D, F sharp. Now you're back above middle C again with this fifth. And you're going to go down there very quietly because that's a PP. So we want to do that very quietly. Okay. So I think that I have explained everything pretty thoroughly to you. So you should be able to pick this up, and hopefully you won't have any questions. So I'm going to record this again, but I'm going to do it at the correct tempo, and I'm going to do it as if I were performing it. So I won't be stopping and explaining things on this. Okay? I will be back.